Hi, welcome back to MBA Solutions. I am Shravan, Assistant Professor, VVCA, MBA Department, Mysuru. If you are not subscribed our channel, please press subscribe button and bell icon for notification. In our last video, we have discussed on conflict negotiation skill. In that, we have discussed first meaning of negotiation, secondly, the steps involved in the principled negotiation. Today, we are going to continue with the negotiation tactics. First, let's understand what is negotiation tactics. Negotiation tactics are the techniques or purposely used or it is a planned behavior to achieve the goals of the negotiation. Primarily, these techniques are used to achieve supremacy in the negotiation. Secondly, to collect the undisclosed information. Lastly, to take over the negotiation process. For an example, we might have all experienced these techniques used by the sales executive. For an example, a salesperson might have suggested that purchase this product because this is the last unit that is available in the stock because it is so popular that everyone is buying. Why is using this technique? Because to trigger a fear of missing out. Like this, there are so many techniques used by the sales executive. Some of them are commonly used tactics are first acting crazy, second auctioning, third good guy bad guy routine, fourth big pot, fifth budget bogey, sixth get a prestigious ally, seventh well he's dry, eighth limited authority, ninth divide and conquer, 10 what's the rock bottom price, 11 get lost or stall for time, 12 take it or leave it. Let's analyze all these techniques one by one. The first technique or tactics is acting crazy. Here the sales manager should put a good show. That is, he need to act in front of the customer. Whether he like it or dislike it, it is up to him. But he need to act. That act should visibly demonstrate the emotional commitment to the position. You need to show that as if he is coming to meet him only. It's not that for the sake of meeting. You need to demonstrate visibly. I'm coming only for the purpose of meeting that customer only. When that feeling can be felt by the customer, then obviously the credibility will increases. When the credibility increases, obviously the customer will trust and will accept whatever the sales executive says. That is the it gives the opponents a justification to settle the terms. Whatever the product is selling and whatever the price that is quoting, at that price only the customer may buy it. When he is going to buy? When the customer trusts the sales executive. When he will trust the customer? When he can able to see that commitment or the feeling towards the customer. This is acting crazy. Let's watch this ad and then we'll analyze what is acting crazy.
ಅದು ದೊಡ್ಡ ವಿಷಯ ಅಲ್ಲ ರೀ. ಲಾಸ್ ಆಗದಂತೆ ತಗೋಬೇಕು. ಟೈಮ್ಗೆ ಊಟ ಮಾಡದೆ, ಹೆಲ್ತ್ ಅನ್ನು ಗಮನಿಸದೆ, ಫ್ಯಾಮಿಲಿಗೋಸ್ಕರ ಟೈಮ್ ಸ್ಪೆಂಡ್ ಮಾಡದೆ, ಕಷ್ಟಪಟ್ಟು ಸಂಪಾದನೆ ಮಾಡಿದ ದುಡ್ಡನ್ನ ಈಸಿಯಾಗಿ ಬಿಡಕ್ಕಾಗತ್ತಾ? ಆಭರಣ ತಗೊಳಕ್ಕೆ ಅಂತ ಒಂದು ದಿನ ತಗೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಬೆಲೆಯನ್ನು ಅಟ್ಲೀಸ್ಟ್ 4-5 ಅಂಗಡಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಕಂಪೇರ್ ಮಾಡಿ. ಯಾವ ಆಭರಣವಾಗಿದ್ರೂ ಸರಿ, ಮೂಲ ಬೆಲೆಕ್ಕಿಂತ ₹1 ಕೂಡ ಹೆಚ್ಚು ಕೊಡ್ಬೇಡಿ. ಹಣ ಸಂಪಾದನೆ ಮಾಡೋಕೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಕಷ್ಟಪಡ್ತೀವಿ.
Now, in this video, the owner himself coming and giving the ad, and at the same time, we can see visibly how much commitment he is having to the customer. Can we see that visibly or not? How much is caring for the customer or not? This is acting crazy. The second tactics is auctioning. In fact, this technique or tactics is used by buyer rather than a seller. Here the buyer negotiate with more than one seller and each one of them know that he is bargaining with the other party. When he is bargaining with the other seller, obviously one of the seller may negotiate and may give it a better price. So for that purpose, the buyer uses this tactics. Let's take an example and understand it. A customer wants to purchase a product A. The price in the market prevailing is 30 rupees. That is available with the four seller S1, S2, S3 and S4. He goes to the seller 1 and negotiate. At the same time, he'll also go to the S2 seller. The same time, he will go to the S3, S4. When he try to negotiate with all these seller, obviously each one of them know that he is bargaining. He assumes, the customer assume one of the party may give it a better price or he may negotiate and give it a reduced price, maybe at 28 or maybe at 27. When he is negotiating with one party or the seller, the other knows that he is negotiating. So this techniques is known as auctioning. Next is good guy, bad guy tactics. Here, the one person pretends to be on your side and appears to help you. In fact, he is working for the other side person only. But whereas the other person will be on the opposite side, act like a bad guy. Here, the good guy does not have any power and has to get the final approval only from the bad guy only. So you will negotiate with the bad guy using good guy who have worked with you. Let's take an example and understand it. Most of you, if you have purchased the car, you might have experienced it. Here, the sales executive or the salesperson act like a good guy. In fact, he does not have any power for the final approval. But whereas the manager act like a bad guy. Every time you negotiate with the sales manager on behalf of the customer, here the customer thinks that he is working for you and is helping you. So finally, the customer will negotiate with the sales manager using sales executive. This type of strategy or the tactics is good guy, bad guy tactics. Next strategy or tactics is big pot tactics. Here, the seller gives a lot of room for the negotiation. When he can provide a lot of negotiation, when he makes a high demand at the initial stage only. Say for an example, a product A which costs 30 rupees, instead of saying 30 rupees, he will say 60 rupees. Now, whether the buyer have got the more room for negotiation or not, even after making negotiation, let's say he may negotiate at 45 rupees or may at 40 rupees, even at the end of the day also the seller will have a larger profit or larger payoff. This type of strategy or the tactics is big pot tactics. Now it is budget bogey tactics. Here the customer may say that he has got a fixed budget beyond which he cannot go. Now the seller has to accept this fixed budget constraint and ends up with a low price. Assume you are the purchase department head for XYZ company. Now you need to purchase 100 unit of pen for rupees 5. Now the seller is quoting at rupees 6. How you are going to negotiate? The one way you can negotiate saying that it is the management policy to purchase at rupees 5. And again, I have got a fixed budget. I cannot go beyond that. This is budget bogey tactics. Next is get a prestigious ally. Here, making an ally or a customer with a person who is prestigious. When you make a customer of that stature, obviously you are at the top and forcing the opponent to accept less, because that person, that is the influential person, can influence the future customer. Say for an example, you want to sell a computer to a customer. If the customer started to negotiate with the price, what you are going to do? Sometimes you may say that this computer is being used by many actors. Some of them are like Amitabh Bachchan. When you say that to a customer, obviously the customer will be influenced by that person. Obviously, he may stop or he may go for other option for the negotiation. This is a prestigious ally. We'll go for next tactics. It is well is dry. Here, when the customer demands more from you, take a stand and tell the opponent you have no concession to make. That is well is dry and do not have anything else to give. Say for an example, if the customer is asking too much discount or the price reduction, whatever else that is possible from you, give it. Beyond that, if he asks, take a stand. That is, whatever it is possible, I've given. Nothing else is left out. This is well is dry. Now we'll go for limited authority tactics. Here, this is same as well is dry. But here, the seller says that the deal has gone as far as the authority I have. Beyond that, I do not have. I need to ask my superior. Say for an example, if the customer is asking too much discount or the price reduction, the sales executive may say that whatever the discount I have given. That is my authority. Beyond that, I need to ask my superior or I need to take a permission from the superior. This is the limited authority tactics. Now it is divide and conquer tactics. Here in this tactics or techniques is used when large number of people involved in the buying process. The salesperson approaches each individual separately and get an agreement to go ahead. And finally, there is nothing left out, only to agree with the deal. Say for an example, a family is shopping a car. The kids wanted an expensive entertainment music system. The parents are against this idea. The salesperson asked the children separately and tried to explain coolly to the children about the features of the music system. Now the children are forcing the parents to get the music system. Now the parents got nothing left out, only to purchase the music system. This is all about the divide and conquer tactics. We'll go to the rock bottom price strategy. Here in this tactics, the buyer, because of paucity of time, that is, he do not have much time to negotiate with the seller, he directly asks the seller about the least price that he can able to give. In this situation, the salesperson should not immediately jump to the rock bottom price where nothing is left out to negotiate to him. In this situation, the salesperson with a stable price structure will always have the advantage. He needs to negotiate based on the number of units the customer is purchasing. If the customer is purchasing in a large quantity or in a bulk quantity, he needs to give at a low price. If the customer is purchasing in a low quantity or in a small quantity, he needs to sell at a little bit higher than the low price. This type of tactics is the rock bottom price tactics. Next is get lost or stall for time. Here in this tactics, leave the negotiation completely for a while. Come back after some time to renegotiate when things get better. In this period, the customer mind may calm down, or if he is not good mood, that also it will go. And again, the customer may come back with a new negotiation price. Here in this strategy, what you are doing, you are allowing or giving the time for the customer to rethink once again. The time period may be short or long based on the type of the negotiation. This type of tactics is get lost or stall for time. Next and the last tactics is take it or leave it tactics. Here in this tactics, you are sending a message to the customer. If he do not agree to the offer, the negotiation is finished. That means whatever the price that you are offered is the last offer that he can able to give it. Furthermore, the negotiation is not possible. That means you are sending strictly a message. If he is interested, he can buy. If he is not interested, he can leave it. This type of tactics is the take it or leave it tactics. When you send a message like this, please do remember that it will hurt the ego of the customer. And again, as a sales executive, it is your responsibility, it is your role to convince and to get the sale from the customer. These are the some of the bargaining tactics from a list of over 200 tactics prepared by Professor Donald Hendon. And these are the traditional or classical tactics. If you are interested to know the modern tactics, please drop a comment saying that I want to know. Based on the demand, I'll make a video. Thank you for watching this video on negotiation skills. In our next video, we'll continue on last skills required for the sales, that is problem solving skill. We'll meet again. Until then, thank you.